live. Good morning, Mr. Henry. It's funny that you came in today, and I'll tell you why. Because you're on my list. You're on my shout-out list. Here it is right here. I will show you. Here he is right there. Good morning, good morning. You're on my list. Today I am at the Duck U Cafarista, and this is not your everyday cafe where foreigners are coming and you're getting a mix of foreigners and Thais. So far, I haven't seen any foreigners. I doubt there's many foreigners in this area, but they do have some great coffee here, and I know that because I've already had one. And yeah, it's very, very nice. But I'll show you guys this place in a couple of minutes. I want to let some people come in. Today we're going to talk about the perfect place, and when you think about it, it's not very easy to find. Perfect is a high standard. We'll also talk about electricity bills in Thailand, and also today is Labor Day, and what else? And you know, the usual stuff. So I'm sure we'll keep busy. And you know, I am getting some stares here. This is not the kind of place that I'm sure a lot of people stream from. And it looks like it doubles as a bar at night. If you want to look behind me here, there you go. Pretty cool little place. Not really what I expected, to be honest. I don't know what I expected, but I got here and the driver goes, "Okay, we're here," and I go, "No, where's the place at?" And you wouldn't even know it. It's right behind a little like noodle shop, connected to the noodle shop. And if you don't really look, you might miss it. So, like I said, I've got all these videos of the place. I took video of this place already, and hopefully I'll be able to put something good together with it. But so far what I've had here and what I've seen has been excellent. So it's an excellent place to come if you're in the area. Now, where is this place? It's across the street from the Paseo. And the Paseo is just off of Ramkhamhaeng Boulevard, Ramkhamhaeng Road. And I believe you can get here by the electric boat, but then you're going to have to walk a ways. Let me see. I don't know if I can see here. No, I can't see. Anyway, if you just come to the Paseo and you look for Duck U Cafarista, you'll find it. It's on a little side street, and it's got character, man. This place has got character. I'm starting to like it. And I'm the only foreigner here. There's a couple other people here, a couple people walking in and out. But nice place. Anyway, let me get started here. Today, the dollar is 34.18. The baht is 34.18 to the dollar, which is up from yesterday. The air quality is 107, which is unhealthy for sensitive individuals. As of 8 o'clock in the morning, 82 degrees, high of 95, low of 79, the feel like temperature 90 degrees, 79% humidity. It's quite humid here, and 2 millimeters of rain expected in the next 24 hours. It's been raining every day, and it's supposed to rain for the next 10 days. I gotta tell you, I plugged in my little charger thing here into the wall. This is what it looks like inside. And the reason that you can see the inside is because when I tried to pull it out, the cap stayed in the electrical thing. So what I tried to do was just with my fingernail, just kind of pry it open a little so I could pull it out without getting shocked. But I got shocked, and this is like 15 minutes ago, and my finger is still numb from being shocked. It really shocked me pretty good. So, lesson to learn: don't be pulling out plugs that are halfway in and that are, you're doing it with your bare hand. You might want to try something like a piece of rubber or something that you can pull it out with, a hard piece of rubber, or like something where you're grounded, because I wasn't grounded, and man, I got shocked. Anyway, I was thinking about the whole perfect place to live, because of course in my face is everything going on in America. I got people sending me messages, so many messages, and sometimes I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I don't need all these messages. It's too much. It's an overload. But of course I saw, all these things going on in America, and I thought, okay, so America's got problems, Thailand's got problems. All right, so where is the perfect place to live? And by perfect, I mean, it's not, hear me out, not too hot, not too cold, a stable government that actually works for the people, including a competent and incorruptible legal system, good health care, reasonable cost of living, great infrastructure with very little traffic, good working conditions, good schools, good people, plenty to do, and of course, clean air and water. Now, there may be some other things I'm missing, but when you think about all those things and you put it in perspective, it's really hard to find one place. And I dare say Thailand is not the perfect place. It's a great place. It's got a lot of good things about it. America's the same way. There's some great places in America to live. Even now in current times. But if you look at that list that I compiled, really, which I did in a couple of minutes, and I'm sure there's other things, lack of wokeness, lack of political correctness, fairness, all these kind of things that you would hope for an ideal society. And if you break it down, you look at all these places. Okay, you want to go live in Denmark, Sweden, one of these places, then you're going to pay a lot more in taxes. If you're going to live there as a retiree, it's going to be a lot more expensive. Now, for some people, that's not a big deal. You want to live somewhere in Europe? Well, guess what? You're going to have the policies of that particular country, and then you're going to have the surrounding countries, and things are going to be going. There's all kinds of things that you got to think about. And that's why I say, even for me, as much as I'm willing to have a new adventure, go somewhere else, especially if it's better than where I am now. It's kind of like you're jumping from one frying pan to another, because let's say that the government, let's just use Ecuador for example, or Portugal, or Costa Rica, wherever. You go to one of these places and you find, oh, the government treats us so well. But then you go, hey, I can't get some of the foods that I want. Okay, well, I guess I'll do without. But then, you know, you're trying to do recipes and you can't get the ingredients, and that stuff happens. It happens here even, and you can get most things here. Or the cost of living is high. It's much higher. And then you're like, okay, well, I got all these benefits, but so you get trade-offs. And I dare say there is no perfect place. And I hate to put it, to say that so quickly, but that's the truth. There's no place that's perfect. So as much as I complain, other people complain about the United States, okay, so, you know, show me another place that's so much better. Show me. People come to Thailand. I mean, I know, okay, now in the United States, it's like 50% of men are traveling for women. You know, they're traveling to go find somebody. Whether it be a girlfriend, a maid, you know, long-term maid, or just a little friend with benefits, whatever it is. But they're leaving there to come here, and then they're exchanging the problems they had in the States or wherever for what you find here, which is sometimes you find, and it's not only here. That's the thing. You're going to find problems everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, there are going to be people that are out to get you. They're out to get your money. They don't really care about you. They're less than, their integrity is less than stellar. So I would say we have to consider that. And as much as everybody goes, oh, I really want to live in Thailand, do your own research, figure it out for yourself. Because if you don't, you know, it's really an individual decision on where you live and how you deal with it. And for me, I overlook a lot of things. I know they're there. I know, in my opinion, the government here is far too strict, far too in the people's faces. They think they're the people's parent. It's one of those kind of, you know, big brother, big daddy kind of societies. I don't like it. I don't like any country that says, oh, well, you know, we're sorry, but in order to stop you from drinking so much, we're going to institute these particular hours. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't even drink. So, you know, little things like that, after a while, you start to look at them and you go, come on. And I look at the United States now, and I just shake my head. I mean, what am I supposed to do? What can I do? What are you going to do, really? What are you going to do? You're not going to do anything. So if you don't like it, move. Now, when I left, I didn't dislike the United States, and I still don't dislike it. I dislike what's going on. But man, in the time that I've been here, things have changed. In the past, I would have been like, okay, I'll go back, but, you know, where am I going to go? And I'll tell you, when I went back, you know, after a couple of years, whatever it was, and I went back to the States, I decided to go back because I needed the money, I needed to earn, and I wasn't cutting it. And I went back to the States, I looked around, and I looked for the place with the best transportation and the most job opportunities, and guess where that was? Seattle, Washington. And I went there, and I promptly, and this is maybe 29 years ago. Good morning, Mr. Dowlow. This is, 29 years ago, and I found a job. I used to work as a printer, and I used to work in a print shop. I used to do estimating, and I used to do all kinds of things. I mean, I started in a little shop, worked my way up to a big shop, onto big presses and that kind of thing. And so I knew a little bit about the printing business. So I found a job through an agency where I was a paper cutter. And they were like, okay, it's temporary. And I think I was making like $15 or $20 an hour. It was pretty good money back then. And I just rented a little room. And after a month, they said, if you Yes, you are. I can't believe it. What's going on? What's wrong here? When I stream daily, I get less people in every stream. When I stream every once in a while, I get more people. But how does it work out? I don't know. I haven't figured it all out yet. I haven't had a chance. I've been streaming every day for the last 8 days or something. So they came to me afterwards, and here I am. I'm just thinking, I want to go back to Thailand. I gotta make money. I want to go back to Thailand. They said, oh, if you want, we'll transfer you over to our company in Portland. This is before any of the madness that is going on there now. And what I knew about Portland and Oregon was that I knew very little, but I knew that it was a beautiful place. But I also knew it was a bit of a place for kind of like people that I wasn't one of them. Let's put it that way. Tree huggers, that kind of thing. At least somewhat. That's what I thought. And I thought to myself, do I really want to go to Portland? I was like, son of a bitch. No, I don't want to go to Portland. And I would have made more money. And I was like, okay, for doing what? Cutting paper? All you have to do is make sure that you do your math and that you load the paper correctly. You do it in a fairly timely manner. But that's all you do every day. It's, aside from the math, it's basically drone work for pretty good money, I would have been making like 20, 25 bucks an hour, whatever the union wage was back then. Look at that. See that pork? It is a very cool little shop. But anyway, I just thought about it and I thought, I can't go to Portland. And what was funny is that I met up with a guy, and he said, why don't you work on one of the fishing boats? It's easy to get hired. And I was like, what? Fishing boats? I didn't even think of it. I didn't even know about it. I had no idea. I was clueless. This guy had been doing it for years. And actually, this guy was like a junkie. He was a junkie. I mean, a straight up heroin junkie. But, he was a functional, if there is such a thing, a functional heroin junkie. He said, yeah, you should give it a try. So he gave me a phone number. I called them up. They said, come on down. I went down like the next day. They gave me a bunch of tests. And the following day, they said, do you want to work for us? I said, yes. Okay, tomorrow morning, be at this place. I said, all right. The next morning, I went to that place. And they flew me, economy to Anchorage. And then they flew me to some other place. I don't remember where it was now. They flew me to some other little city, and then they helicoptered me out to the ship. They said, all right. And the guy said, okay, I know you're probably a little worn out. Just let me know when you want to start. I said, I'll start right now. I want to start making money. And that's how I worked my way to come back here. And I liked Alaska, aside from the expense. It was very expensive. Certainly wasn't the perfect place to live with the extreme temperature, and that's the thing. Okay, so first of all, hey there, Andy. Good morning, Chokdi, everybody. Sawadee Cup, all that good stuff. Let me show you a little bit here. So in the back, I think, is where well, I don't know. They don't have anything to do with the coffee. But there's their stuff here, and you can see they have the whole. And there's the little shop behind where they sell pork and noodles and all kinds of other stuff. I'll show you what they got here for sweets. Lemon tart, looks good. Blueberry cheesecake, dark beer chocolate cake. Oh, there's dark beer. Where's Gennaro? Banoffee cake, the cheese pie, Basque burnt cheesecake, and then they have stuff like this. They have this. They have some good-looking banana bread. I almost caved in for that chocolate, that little chocolate cake, because I thought, oh, how much sugar can that little thing have? I've been doing really well. Oh, I owe it to myself. And you know what? I just went, when's it gonna end? Is it a special occasion? No, it's not. It's not a special occasion. And you know, the thing is that if you're going to the gym all the time, the one thing that I like is that you should always feel a little sore, a little tired. And that always reminds me, don't eat that. Scotty, don't touch that chocolate. You know that'll be the ruin of you. Now, again, this coffee shop is a bit out of the way. And a little hidden, it's not real hidden, it's easy to find, but if you're not looking for it, the sign is about as big as this piece of paper, okay? And, you know, like I said, I almost missed it. But if you're out in this area, let's say that you go to Talat Nam Quan Riam, which is the Quan Riam market, the market that when I go on the boat, you guys see the market. And, I've been there before. It's where I bought the popsicles or whatever it was, and I bought the popsicles for like 100 people, or you know, they were like 10 baht each, and I paid it. I gave the lady 1,000 baht, and then she just was giving these away to people, and they were like, "What? Free?" And I just sat there and watched, and it was pretty cool. Well, that market is the market that I'm talking about, Quan Riam Market, and it's not too far from here. And there's also that abandoned airplane that people, you know, they gotta pay to go in and stuff. And when I've been there, I didn't pay anything. But now the people there, they smartened up and they want some money, so you gotta pay like an entrance fee to these people who are just living in the area. And but if you go to one of these places, or you just happen to be in this area, then I would come to this coffee shop. It's a very the name is memorable. Duck U Cafarista. When am I off to the U.S.? Well, it's about 4 weeks. 4 weeks now. And for my wife, it should be quite the experience, because not only is she going to go on this journey with all of us, not only are we traveling together, but 2 days before we leave, 2 days before we leave, she's going to the La Lisa concert, to the Blackpink concert, which, if you know anything about Thailand, you know any women, any people in Thailand, they know who Blackpink is. Just say, do you know who Blackpink is? And I guarantee you they will know. Now, maybe not the really old people, but if they're a younger crowd, they're gonna know who it is. And she's just so happy she gets to go and support her, and they're so happy that she's doing so well. And all right, I get it, but I don't like her music, so I can't bring myself to go with her. But so that'll kick off everything. She'll be in a good mood, and then it's gonna be a race. Oh, I gotta make sure everybody's got everything. She's gonna be running around, like mothers do. And me, I got my act together already. I already know. I got this backpack. I'm gonna put this in there. I know how many clothes I'm gonna bring. I'm set. All I have to do is throw the stuff in there, and some of the stuff I can throw in there like now. So I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll, baby. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm curious to know what places you all think may be the perfect place, because as you know, we've heard, oh, this place is paradise. I've heard that about a few places. Or I really like this place. Yeah. Okay, you go to the Netherlands, it's going to be cold. It's going to be absolutely freezing at times to where it's not pleasant to me. I love the place though. There's going to be red tape there. You know, if you go to maybe if you go to Ireland, you know, you want to, I want to live in Ireland because my grandpappy was Irish. He came from Ireland. Well, guess what? There's going to be, you know, the cost of living is going to be high, and there's going to be kind of weather that's not so good. So where is the perfect place? That's what I want to kind of focus on today. But as I said, today is Labor Day. So it's a day off here in Thailand. It falls on the 1st of May every year. However, if the 1st happens to be on a weekend, then the celebration moves to the following Monday. So today is today Monday? Yeah, today's Monday, May 1st. So today is a holiday. So happy Labor Day. And a lot of people are off today. Although the barista here are not off. Unfortunately for Gennaro, and it's probably why he's not here, is the barista are not female. You know, it's kind of like chefs. Wow, Italy. I'd like to go to Italy and spend, you know, like a couple of weeks or a month or two. I'd like to spend some time in that region, Greece, you know, a few other places. Anyway, listen, before I continue, before I get into some other things, do me a favor, click the thumbs up, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, hit the join button, look down in the description, there's a plethora of ways you can help support the channel. And of course, you can just keep watching. That's good too. So there you go. I got that out of the way rather quickly. Thank you. Or you can hit the super chat or the super thanks or whatever. You know, you can always do that. But you know, when I was thinking about these perfect places, I was thinking, why is it I don't want to live in the United States anymore? Why am I so against it? Now, first of all, it's the same reason why I don't really think that I could make a move to Portugal or Ecuador or Costa Rica or any of these other places. Just got back from U.S. touring for 3 weeks. It takes big bucks to live there. Yeah, that's one reason. You know, if my wife and I proceed and try to get her green card and her citizenship, we're going to have to be there for a while. And I don't particularly want to be there, but the thing is that it's going to cost us a pretty penny. I mean, unless we just want to sit around and do nothing and twiddle our thumbs, and that's not going to happen. But I keep thinking why I don't want to live there. Now, the cost of living is, you can find places, but do you really want to live there? Do I really want to live in the Appalachians? No, I don't. As beautiful as they may be, I don't want to live there, okay? The one other reason, and I heard this stated by Alan Dershowitz, the lawyer, and that is that the freedom of speech, while it's not dead in the United States, it is dying a slow death. It's very difficult to say what you want, and if you look at what happened on Fox News and what's happened with CNN, it's like if you go against what the agenda is, boom, you're done, you're canceled. Look at all the people now. Oh, he's canceled, she's canceled. If you don't believe in what other people believe in, you are canceled. I don't like that. Because where is the individualism? What am I supposed to do? Be like a cookie cutter, you know, I'd be a cookie from a cookie cutter that's like everybody else. I don't want to be that. I'm me, that's the way it is. You know, in that regard, I won't be, there is no other Scott like me. They may be similar, there may be people who are similar, but I am who I am, right? So the fact that the freedom of speech and all this cancellation and stuff is going on there. That's one thing. Also, too much diversity. Everybody wants their own kind to be included. Guess what? I don't feel the need to automatically add a Caucasian to every movie, a black to every movie. Or, you know, you look at it, if there's a black movie, there's got to be some Asian guy or white guy that, you know, is either a villain or somebody who's part of the gang or whatever it is. I don't feel the need to see that. I don't need the token gay guy. Hey, Richard, thank you very much. Appreciate that. I don't need the token gay guy. I don't need to see the token Asian. I don't need to see the token Caucasian. I don't need to see the token black. I don't need it. Just make it how it's supposed to be. James Bond is going to be black. Or it's going to be a woman who's black. Come on. How is James Bond a woman? 007. Oh, it's 007. No, it's James Bond. Bond. James Bond. How can a woman pull that off in a movie? I'm sorry. It's gotten to the point where it's so ridiculous. Redunculous. Hey, good morning, Jim. It's gotten so ridiculous. It drives me crazy when I see it. That's why I don't want to see it. I just go, what? How stupid are people? Men can get pregnant. No, they can't, dummy. You're a dummy. Men can't get pregnant. Show me one man that gave birth. He had a womb and gave birth to a child. You can never do it. So you're an idiot. And I know there's people, you know, whenever I talk like this, I notice I get more thumbs down. Fuck you then. I don't care. Put the thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. This is what I believe. And if you're too thin-skinned and too much of a pussy to believe the truth, oh my God, you can't say that, you know, some women have dicks. No, they don't. They don't. It's the truth. Women don't have penises. That's one reason I don't want to go back to the U.S., because I'll end up telling people, you're full of shit. It's not a woman. It's not a woman. That's the thing. It's not a woman. There's a reason why they say chicks with, you know, oh, they're talking about how Fox wants to silence him and you know, can they silence him? Is there a non-compete clause and all this other bullshit? And it's like, listen, you dummies let the guy go, and now you've lost half of your viewers. Plus the viewers after the show, plus the viewers before the show. You've lost it all because of your stupidity. And if they don't care, that's fine. Okay, great. But guess what? They do care, because that's what motivates them is money. Money and it's on the wedding. Oh, well, good for you, buddy. Good for you. If you're happy with that, more power to you. Anyway, too much wokeness, too much diversity, too much nonsense, too much government interference, too much control in the wrong categories, aspects, departments, whatever you want to say. There's too much controls in the wrong areas. And you know, Thailand isn't perfect. But like, when it comes to certain things, they just go, eh. You know. Oh, well, you're welcome, Dowlo. Thank you. I appreciate it. Today is the first day of the month, which is good. This month means I get paid next month. So I'm looking to have a good month. Last month was the worst month that I've had in 6 months. And I'm still smiling. So, you know. Scooby-Doo failed. What did they do in Scooby-Doo? Include somebody who wasn't, what's her name? The little short-haired one. I can't remember her name. I used to watch Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Wasn't she like a lesbian or something? In the show, they turned her into a lesbian. Now they would never say that because of kids in the old days, but now it's like, okay, well, they need to learn about lesbianism. I got news for you. They do learn. They learn on their own. They learn where to stick it. They know. They know all about this. Kids learn, I can tell you. You start to tell them nowadays, you start to tell them about the birds and the bees, and they look at you like, dude, are you stupid? We already know about this. And I'm like, yeah, but do you really know? They already know. How did I learn? How did everybody learn? Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with Papa teaching you about sex education in school. It has nothing to do with that. People learn. They're not that stupid. And that's the thing, the government, not only the US government, but many governments, especially this one, they treat people like they're stupid. Now, I may do some stupid things. I may make some stupid decisions, but I don't think I'm stupid. Stupid decisions doesn't make you stupid unless you do them all the time, and I don't do them all the time. You're still digging into that lemon tart cake, which looks so good. Just eating little tiny bites of it. It looks so good, but I just can't do it. And to give you an idea of where my mind is right now, every single day I feel like if I don't go to the gym, then I'm going backwards. And I know I need rest. My body needs rest. It needs to recuperate. But I almost feel guilty. And now I'm like, with all these classes that they have, I'm like, we got classes at this, it's at all gyms now. They have classes. I did the yoga yesterday. I woke up in my and it was from me doing like these things where you're going like that and you're putting your arms back and stretching. My arms are so freaking sore because I just don't do that much anymore. If I can swing my leg up high enough to kick somebody in the face, or if I can, my arms can punch, then, to me, it's like, okay, you stretch them out a little bit, but with yoga, you're really working hard. So they have all these classes. You have the weights, they have the TRX, the straps, plus there's, punching and kicking, you can do all that. Then there's the cardio, there's the bicycle, and I just, I'm like, Jesus, how did I do this when I was younger? And then I remember, I used to work out like 4 hours a day because I used to try to do everything. I'm telling my wife yesterday, we got to start doing 2-a-days. We're going to have to start going in the morning, and we're going to go in the morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll go in the afternoon at, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever. My wife and kid, Alex, they go at like, sometimes they go 6 o'clock, sometimes they go 10 o'clock at night, just to make sure they go. So, anyway, the point is about the United States. If I go there and I were to live there, let's say while my wife was trying to get citizenship, she was trying to get a green card or whatever, I would stay in my own bubble. And this tipping shit in the United States absolutely burns me up. And I don't have a problem tipping people. Anytime I have a motorbike now and I'm paying with the scan, if it's 42 baht, I give them 50 baht. If it's 46 baht, I give them 50 baht. If it's 53 baht, I give them 60. They always get a tip. They always get extra. But I don't feel like I have to. I almost didn't tip the guy today because he was driving like an asshole. But he got me here, and I went, all right, I'm not going to fault the guy. Who knows? Maybe he's in a hurry to go bang his girlfriend. I don't know. But the tipping in the United States is out of control. Yeah, how much should we include for the tip? Say what? Tip? The simple fact that you brought it up is it's none of your fucking business how much I tip. I'll tip what I want. Let me write what I want. I mean, since when did it become that's gauche, man. It's so gauche. It's, one thing about Thailand, and if you come here, you will learn. And I learned this in the beginning. And that is that people will ask you flat out, how much do you make every month? And I'm like, none of ya. Huh? None of ya business. Maybe I'm rich, maybe I'm poor. none of your business. Of course, some of them, that's just, you know, you gotta go with the wife to get her glasses. Oh, I think that's sweet. Say hello to the missus for me. Have a good time. Happy life, happy wife, happy life. See you all on tomorrow's The Daily Mallon. When do I get a day off? I made $1.98 today. We're doing well. I'm like one of those McDonald's guys, except McDonald's is going out of business and they haven't paid me. That's what I am. But at least I've made friends and I'm happy. And it's fun. I wonder if I wanted a shot of something right now, they'd give it to me. Do they have tequila? They don't have any tequila, but they do have some of that Isan rum. Right there, straight in the middle, on the bottom, where it says Isan. They have that. I have that at my house. But I don't see any tequila. You know. Now this place is kind of quiet. Nobody coming in and out. But very nice place. I really like this. This place is close enough to me. It's about 10-15 minutes from my house. I would actually come here, you know, like just to hang out or bring one of my kids or something. Yesterday I went out with Alex after we trained, after we worked out. I took him to a coffee shop. We went and had a coffee together. I'm surprised he drank. I said, you want to go with me? Yeah, I'll go with you. So then I'm like, do you want anything? And I thought, he doesn't want anything. I'll take an espresso. Like, okay, like father, like son. Anyway, get to the electricity. All right, there was an article in the Pattaya News. Expert explanation for high electricity bills in Thailand and explanation for the recent increase in Thai power bills was provided by Mr. Praipon Kumsap, the former dean of the Faculty of Economics at Thammasat University. He stated the increase began towards the end of 2022. It started in 2019, that's when I remember, but it went unnoticed until March to April when the weather became hotter and electricity consumption rose, leading to higher power bills. My power bill is much higher, and it has been getting higher in the last couple of years. Furthermore, the government raised the fuel tariff rate at the beginning of this year, which further contributed to the price hike. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine is also a factor as it caused fuel prices, especially crude and natural gas, to surge. Thailand depends on natural gas for 60% of its electricity production and still needs to import a significant amount of liquefied natural gas, which has increased by 20% due to the war. Excess reserve electricity production is another issue, with consumers having to pay for it despite not being sold into the system. All right, Andy, take it easy. According to Pripone, this is due to a planning error. I'm always suspicious of the planning errors. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, the government had invested in more power plants through public-private partnerships, PPPs, anticipating that electricity usage would increase in line with Thailand's economic growth. However, the pandemic led to a contraction of the economy for 1 year and slow growth for another, resulting in lower than predicted electricity usage and an excess backup electricity production. He He suggested that the government subsidize electricity costs, adjust the way of electricity prices are calculated, change the backup electricity production plan, and alter the fuel used in electricity production. He also recommended increasing competition in the power industry and creating an independent agency to oversee electricity generation and purchases in the long term. However, any changes are unlikely to occur until after the, here's the thing, until after the upcoming Thai elections, which are set for the second week of May. There will also be a ban on alcohol sales, leading to the closure of bars. So there you go. During the elections, no alcohol sales. Sorry, bars closed. Doesn't really matter. You can do everything online now. Pribon cautioned against the government spending too much money on this issue as the budget is already in deficit. So, has nothing to do with the Thai government apparently. And if you live here and you are using your air conditioner, or you are like us, where we have two refrigerators, and I wanted to off one of them. Honestly, I wanted to get rid of one of them. And the lady goes, "Oh, how big is it?" And it's a medium size. Both are like medium. One's like a kind of smallish medium one, and the other one is like a medium size. I don't remember how many cubic meters it is. And she goes, "Oh, is that one? How many cubic meters is it?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't want one that small." And I was like, "Well, if it was that big, how much would you pay? I'm just curious." She goes, "Oh, no more than 500 baht." And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here! 500 baht for..." And nowadays, the way that it is, really, if you want to get rid of a refrigerator, you either put it out in front of your house and hope that someone picks it up, which most of the time they will, or you pay somebody to take it away. You're not going to get money for it. But we use two refrigerators, and both of them are full. One of them has liquids and like my wife's food that she likes to eat is separated from my food, so we don't get them mixed up, because I don't want to have to be digging through the stuff. And then, you know, Alex has some stuff in both of them. Basically, I got a refrigerator for myself. But I'd be more than willing to get rid of one. If anybody comes here and moves here, you know, I'll give you the thing for 1,000 baht. It's a song and a dance, and it's a good refrigerator. It's clean. It's in good shape. Anyway. But, you know, we got the two refrigerators. We only have one TV now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 computers, including the laptops. And we have 5 cell phones. My wife has 2. One for work, one for personal. And then all of us have one, so 5 phones, and we're always charging them. So our electric bill is quite high. 3,000 baht is I'd be so thrilled if my bill was that low. I haven't seen my electricity bill as low as 3,000 baht. I don't know that I've ever seen it that low at this particular location. In the old days, when we lived at the place on 111, Lot Proud 111, next to the hospital, when I first started making videos, yeah, maybe it was that low back then. That house was cooler. And I think we had one air conditioner in there, and then that thing broke, and we didn't want to fix it because it was the owner of the house. It was her air conditioner, so we bought one later on, and we ended up leaving it there because they wanted too much money to take it out. It wasn't really worth it. And but yeah, back then, that was 20 years ago. That was when Alex and Nicholas were little kids, little babies. And, you know, now it's more than double that. More than double what it was back then. So that's a lot. So, if you're staying in a little condo or a little apartment or something like that, and especially if you're up on a high floor and you want to just open up the windows and you want to let the smog in, and maybe if you have a screen door, you close the screen door so no bugs can get in or whatever floor you're on. Yeah, and then you'll probably save, and you might maybe have a 500 to 1,000 baht bill if you're in like Chiang Mai or something. But I always love it when the people in Chiang Mai are like, oh yeah, man, my electric bill is only like 480 baht. I'm like, oh really? Why? Well, yeah, we use fans and open the windows. Okay, so you're basically letting in all that dirty air to breathe. And, what are you going to do about it, really? It's, Tom was telling me the other day, he's like, I don't even think about the dirty air because I'm here, and what am I going to do about it? Move somewhere where the air is clean. But I don't think he has that in mind because he owns the townhouse that he's in. He's got him and his wife have a little townhouse. And I don't think they really want to move. You never know. Anyway, so that's kind of what's going on here. Of course, the big news in the past week, and it's starting to die down a little bit, is the Thai woman who, she's a serial killer. She killed, I don't know how many people. I've heard as high as 20. My wife said, no, it's like 34. I haven't heard that yet. But several, I would say, closing in on 24 people that she's murdered with cyanide. And apparently they were her friends. That's what makes it even worse. Some of them were her friends. Crazy stuff going on here. And I think Patty Bob sent me something about some mentally ill person who they hacked somebody or killed somebody. I don't have it in front of me. And so now, this is another thing. The news now, I don't know how accurate of a reflection it gives to society, because it leads you to believe that this is the way the whole society is. Oh, Thailand has such a bad problem with the mentally ill. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying that the news might be just making it worse and exaggerating to the point where people are like, oh man, all these people are dying and killing each other and doing these things. Oh my God. Oh my Buddha. Same things goes with, in the U.S. with the wokeness and the political BS, I don't know what to believe anymore. What I believe is be good to others, be decent to them. If they want to be different to you, hey, listen, if they want to do their thing, whatever it may be, chop, chop, snip, snip, hey, up to you. Just don't force me to do anything because of that. I shouldn't have to change my life because of you. So to me, it's very simple, and maybe it's an oversimplification. People should not be harmed because of their decisions, whatever they may be. Because, one day, here you are, you're like, okay, let's say I want to be a Republican. Well, and then the next thing you know, you got a bunch of people trying to harm you because you don't think like them. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter what the issue is. It's a matter of leave people alone, let them be themselves. Don't force yourself on other people. I think that's a pretty good way to go through life for the most part. But of course, the governments like to see us doing exactly what they want. They want to force people to do things their way. My Chiang Mai, hi Mike, my Chiang Rai bill last month was 8,500, up from 3,500, and Bangkok 6,500. Usually up about 4,000. Yeah, how much was my bill? Mine was 7,800 or something like that. And I expect it to be much more this month. I expect it to be I expect it to be around 10,000. And to me, it's like, wow, 300 and something bucks for electric in Thailand. I mean, I know it's Bangkok, and I know the prices have gone up, but you know, this is the place where people think, oh, hey, Thailand's so cheap. Oh, it's cheaper than in my country. Yeah, okay, really? When you look at everything combined, okay, it's still probably cheaper. But how much cheaper? It's not like it used to be. Guarantee you. I mean, I used to have an apartment in Udon Thani, and I think, you know, they gave me internet, they gave me cable TV, electricity, and water, and that came to like 1,000 baht. I paid like 4,500, 4,300 a month. The apartment was 3,500. So I paid no more than 1,000 baht every month. And I was like, wow, this is great. Now I'm like, you know, and granted, I know there's people that in the States who are paying $2,000, $3,000 a month for a big house that has electricity. They have a lot of use of their electricity, or they're using the air conditioner a lot. They got a lot of people in the family, that kind of stuff. Okay, I understand that. But the average, the norm here has gone way up. That's my point. And, you know, that digs into the budget. It certainly dug into mine. It's dug into my wife's. You know, we're all paying for it one way or the other. And, you know, if you're going to be here long term, you have to think about that. I saw one of mine the other day. I just looked at the bill. I have a couple of bills. They're actually sitting next to my computer, which I didn't want to bring today. I had a couple of bills, and it was like, one was like 740 kilowatts an hour, and then it was like 950. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I wonder how many it's going to be today. I love Thailand. Okay, everybody loves Thailand. All right, I'm glad you love Thailand. Do you live here? And if so, for how long? I love Thailand also, but I have a strong dislike for the country as well. Okay, so you love it, why? Because you took a trip here, you took a couple trips here, or what? And you know, I don't want to be the guy who pisses on your campfire. I don't want to be the guy who, you know, like used to say, it's not paradise. I don't care what anybody says. It's temporary. The paradise is temporary. Because just like anywhere else, there are positives and negatives. Let's just put it into context. And you know, this is what happens, and this is what used to happen. It's what happened to me. I came here. I was like, oh my God, this is such a great place. Oh God, it's good here. Then I came a couple times more, and I went, okay, you know, there's some cute girls here and all that kind of stuff. But you know, I was smart enough to know the girls are not, dude, get girls anywhere. Be the man. Be the man. You can get your girls anywhere. And you know, if you're smart, you do it the right way. I don't know that I would get married if I was living in the States. I don't know that I would do that now. Not at this juncture. You know, I see all these girls. I see these, like, you know, chicks. They're like pushing 250, and they think they deserve some guy who's worth $500,000. You know, he's earning $500,000 a year or something like that. It's like crazy. So you know, you gotta have to check that. Keep that stuff in check. But you know, like I said earlier, 50% of guys supposedly, I don't know what age range, are going abroad to find their woman. I wonder why that is. Yeah, you marry him to save the money on the bar fund. Listen, I can tell you, as someone who some of the time that I've been with my wife has been, you know, I wouldn't trade her for anything. I've grown old with her. I've grown older with her. I've had kids with her. I've been through all kinds of stuff with her. She is a ride or die kind of woman, no matter how I am, no matter what I say, what I do, you know, for the most part, within reason. And I'm happy, but that doesn't mean that, you know, it's big joy every day, all the time. Of course not. People get tired, people get cranky, people get irritable, people get frustrated. You know, I'm the same way, so, yeah. Yeah, but some of these girls got family. So, what is that? Why is that your concern? Why are you concerned with their families? Why? I mean, you know, okay, hey, everybody's got a family, or not everybody, but a lot of people have families, and you should be respectful of that. But what does that have to do when it comes to a serious matters? You don't even know the girls. You think you know them. If you don't live here, if you don't speak the language, and you're not part-time, you don't know what the hell they're saying, what the hell they're scheming. You don't know anything. Well, I've never had a problem with my wife's family. And, you know, I kind of, if they have any kind of issues between themselves, I stay out of it. I don't get involved, just like my wife doesn't get involved in things that my family and I talk about. But that doesn't mean that we don't speak all together. Yeah, okay, well, that tells me everything. Dude, sorry, at this juncture, you are a straight up chowderhead. Or a troll, I don't know, and I don't care. But I can tell you, if you care about these girls' families and you haven't even been here, or you've been here once or twice or whatever, and you're like, oh my God, these girls got families, I gotta consider this. No, you don't have to fucking consider it unless you are actually getting married. Is there any scenario where it makes sense to pay their bills? Well, what are they working for? Now, not, you know, I mean, most of them are working now. Yeah, well, dude, you're an idiot. Sorry. Straight up, you're being an idiot. Or a troll. One or the other. So which one is it? Are you an idiot or are you a troll? Oh, you have good heart, yeah. Oh, you JD. Oh, you good man. I not care. You handsome, no handsome, I don't care. I love you for your heart. It's a bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah, they love you for your heart. Your heart means your wallet. Now. Oh yeah, right. I tell you what, stop paying the bills for a while and see how long they stick around. Go, oh honey, I'm sorry, but you have to pay the bills. And see how long they stick around. Even the best woman. I'm talking about a straight up girl who's really in love with you, who's been with you for 20, 30 years. You know, what it is they want somebody, and the reason they're in a relationship is so that they have someone to have their side, to have their back. They want to be with someone who is going to be there for them, who's going to help them, who's going to do things with them. And who plans to, you know, like, have kids together, raise the kids together. That's what they want, okay? And yeah, if you're, dude, really, this guy, you're a troll or you're a chowderhead. So be man enough to admit which one you are. And my guess is he won't come back in. He won't say another word. Because he doesn't like me calling him out. And I don't really give a shit. Too bad. That's what I think. That's what I'm going to say. And, you know, you're just like another knucklehead. Ooh, I saw her online and she was so sweet. Yeah. Why do you think she's so sweet? Because she wants you to give her money. Tell her, hey, honey, I got no money to give you. I don't even want, you know, I'm not giving you a dime. See how long she sticks around. It's like a girl who's in a bar and you go, oh, I'm going to buy her a lady drink, and then she's going to sit with me and she's going to be so sweet to me, and then maybe I'll take her home. And yeah, she might. But guess what? She might do what a lot of girls do. They take the drink thank you, and then they either walk away, they down it quick, whatever they do. They got their commission, and they're gone because they don't want to be with you because they figure, I got things to do. I can make more money making the rounds. Now, getting back to this guy's question, where it makes sense to pay a Thai girl's bills. Now, I guess it depends on what kind of girl she is. If she's on the game, no. If she's not on the game, how deep is your relationship? You know. You know, I will say that in the beginning of my relationship with my wife, you know, I would try to give her money. She goes, I don't need your money. She's like, I have money. She had a grant from the university. And she was getting money every month, and her mother gave her a little bit of money, and she had enough. She didn't need it. But I said to her, listen, I want you to learn to speak better English. I mean, her English was okay when I met her. My Thai was okay. So we could communicate very easily. But I said, you know, go take an English course. And so I paid for it. I don't remember how much it was. It was like $7,000, $10,000, something like that. I paid for it. She went to every class. She never missed a class. She went. And, you know, she doesn't need any, I mean, you know, she could use a course now, but like, if she wants it, she'll go to it because she's busy, and you know, to do something like that, she'd have to schedule it, fit it into her own schedule. You know, she's very busy, and you know, at times I get very busy, and so it probably wouldn't happen unless the time was right. And I would say that if anybody would pay for it, it would probably be the company she works for would pay for it, not her. So again, here, where's the guy? You see, I told you that guy, this guy Jason, he's a knucklehead or a troll. The other guy, Rumplebee, he's been in the stream before. I don't know if he's why he wrote 5-5. I'm assuming haha. But like I said, and he hasn't responded. What's the scenario? You know, is this some chick who's working in, you know, morning night, or working in, you know, the G spot or something like that? Or is it some girl that, you know, she works at a bank and she maybe doesn't have money because she just started and she had to buy all her clothes and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, yeah, I always go, let me see your ID card. I haven't done that in a long time, but I used to say that. I go, let me see your papachachon. It's funny, I never saw it though. I never would come up with it. The girls you see streaming may not necessarily be indicative of a majority of Thai women. Take out the words may not. They are not indicative of the average girl. There are still many, many Thai women. Many. They don't want to be involved with a foreigner because they know of the issues that come with it. They know that maybe their family won't approve. They know that there's the language barrier. You know, what is the guy doing? Where's he from? Is he on the up and up? Does he have a wife back home? Yes, you're being tactful, but obviously I'm not the most tactful person. You know, I just tell him the truth. I personally think the guy was a troll. Typical. Either way, he's still a knucklehead, chowderhead, bonehead, whatever you want to call him. I'm telling you exactly what I think there, Mr. Jason, or whatever your name is. And Thailand ain't paradise. I got news for you, pal. Go find yourself a beautiful beach. And it'll be paradise for a few days or a few months or whatever. But, you know, generally, reality rears its ugly head. You will have to do some things you don't want to do, and then all of a sudden you're like, It happens. That's why guys who have been here for a long time, they always have, sorry, but they have a love-hate relationship with Thailand. Because for all the wonderful things that this country has, and the people, and the infrastructure, blah, 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 all these great things, the laid-back mentality, well, guess what? Flip it. If a chick has a wonderful, sweet little voice, she's got a mousy voice, oh, it's so sexy. But then after a while, you're like, oh, God, it grates on me. Well, it's the same thing. I'm just being honest. Oh, there you are. It's funny how you don't answer when we talk to you. And Pattaya is of nice place. So in other words, you're incapable of writing a sentence properly in English, in addition to being a knucklehead about women. Please, say something intelligent. Because there's one thing I hate is stupid people. Stupidity. I'm not talking about inexperienced grasshoppers who are just learning, hey man, is it really as good as everybody's? Okay, I understand that kind of mentality. But you, dude, you're out of there. You're lost. Or you're a troll, which is what I suspect. Well, I met him online. I've seen him stream. Okay. So, what does that do for you? What's that do? Gives you some visual for Rosie and I mean, really, what does that do for you? Anytime you talk about places like Thailand where women are involved, you're going to get these simps, dummies, and trolls. She has a degree, 26, works in accounting, bought her family car, motorcycle, overextended herself. Well, so why do you have to pick up the pieces for her? How long have you been with her? Why are you there? You're Captain Save-A-Ho. And, she might not be a hoe, but you're the captain. Yeah, exactly, Wesley, and that's my wife. Okay, so you're not a troll, then how old are you? I'm gonna guess you're in your 20s. Because most men who are in their 40s and 50s are not that stupid. Or if they are, they're just flat out really stupid. Because most people learn over time. 35 years old, okay, well, you're still in that kind of range. Dude, you need to wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee. Wake up and smell reality. Smell the napalm in the morning. Seriously. Troll or not, if you're not a troll, wake up. I don't care. Come on, man. Don't insult my intelligence. Oh, I drank coffee, so I'm acting stupid. I drank coffee too. In fact, I had a coffee at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had a bulletproof coffee. And in the last hour, I've had 2 piccolos. So, I'm not giving excuses. Well, I drank coffee, man. So don't use that as an excuse, because that's another stupid comment, which leads me to believe that you're just a troll. But getting back to Rumple B, if she overextended herself, I guess it depends on how much it is and what your relationship with her is. But you need to sit down and have a serious talk with her about how to budget her money, how to spend her money, how to save her money, where her money should go, how she should think about money, because usually it's the mindset. Mindset with ties is I have to have, I have to have, I have to have, I have to have. I need the house, I need a car, I need this, because they want to keep up with the Somchais. They want to keep up with the nits and the noise and the cope and the noke and they want to keep up. So they do their best to do that, and they do, and then it puts them in a perilous situation sometimes. So I guess it depends on what your relationship with her is, if you can afford whatever the amount is, and are you willing to say, if she does it again, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be her safety net. You know, I think that's what you have to think. You love Thai women, but you've never been to Thailand, and you've only met them online. Dude, you're a troll. Thai woman said to me, 4,000 baht all night. I said, can I do it my way? She said, what's that? I said, 1,000 baht 100 baht a week. They're out of their minds here now. Really, they are out of their minds here. They're starting to charge prices just like anywhere else. And what the thing is that, you know, yeah, granted, women are women, and you know, the triangle is what it is. It's got that power, and I mean, listen, you know, who doesn't love a good triangle? But you can't let it dictate your every move and your every thought. And I love them. How do you love them? Dude, you're an idiot. If you're not a troll, you're a freaking idiot. I'm sorry. You're an idiot. I love Thai girls, but I've never had a relationship with any. I don't know any really intimately. You know them online, dude. You don't know shit. If you're not a troll. She did not, wait a minute. She did not ask me to help directly. Okay. I was just going to do some charity work and help her out because I have a lot of extra. And of course, love your commentary on this. Okay. Was there a bunch of Baileys in that coffee? Exactly. I've known her 1 year. I was planning to teach her better after I paid it. So Rumpel, I guess my next question is just how intimate are you with this girl? Just how well do you know her? I mean, I know you've known her for a year, but like, are you up in there and, you know, you guys are very close? Because if you're very close and it's not all that much money, I'm talking about if it's not like, yeah, if it's like 500,000 baht, I'd be like, no. What, are you out of your mind? If it's like 20,000 or something like that, all right, you know, 20, 30,000, I understand. Shit happens. And it's a gamble. You can do it. This guy's doing all the coffee beans over here. Nobody in here now. So yeah, I think that's well, it's too bad that my two moderators are not here for some reason. He's gone. I don't trust the guy. I mean, you know, he's an idiot and he's a troll. So, you know, whatever. When in Thailand, my wife's kids pay most of our bills. They insist. They say we are too old to be paying. We do insist sometimes, but they really are very respectful and never ask for anything. Well, that's good. Well, thank you, John Ellis. My Thai wife's father is a long-term alcoholic. The sin sod was 8 boxes of chan. Wow, that was so pricey. How expensive. Oh my goodness. God. Yeah, but getting back to the whole thing about, you know, should you, I mean, you know, it's like, if you think it's real and you want to take a chance and you got the money, you know, just be prepared to be disappointed. Or, you know, don't think either way. Don't be prepared to be disappointed, but don't be prepared to be thrilled with whatever she does. Oh, she's made such a change. Now she's you know, really saving a lot of money. She's invested, and she's a year later she's extremely good with her money. You know, give it time. and all that, but you know, it's up to you about how much money you have and how much is available to you, and is it gonna uh, be a big hit to your wallet? I mean, you know, uh, that's pretty much why I never gave any money to women, because I always thought to myself, if I was to give this woman 10,000 baht, 10,000 baht in Thailand goes a long ways. This is, you know, 30 years ago. I'm like, what the hell am I giving her? What am I going to give her 10,000? That's like a week of living in Thailand back then, and doing, you know, fairly well, because, you know, prices were lower back then. I was always like, why would I do that? For what? And then when you really think about it, why would you pay than for them to just leave? Why would you pay? Oh, I want her to stay with me. She's so beautiful and sexy, and I can't get a girl like her. Well, then why don't you work on yourself and do something that's going to make you more attractive? That's going to, at least you're going to have more money. You work on that aspect of your life, and then maybe you'll get better looking women. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense to me. To me, they're there for a reason, the ones that you pay. And I'm not talking about this situation with the guy Rumpel. I'm not talking about your situation. I'm talking about if you go to some bar and you hook up with some chick and she's like, oh, you know, you want to go somewhere? And then you're like, yeah, okay. So you go away with her for 1 week and she's got her hand out at the end. She expects like 20,000 baht. That's just stupid. You know, that's the problem, is when you come here, it's like going to 7-Eleven. It's too easy. But the thing is now the 7-Eleven fights back. They know the game here. They've wised up. The men, they've wised up a little, but they can't compete with the women, because guess what? The women have something they want, and the men think with the wrong head. It's as simple as that. So, listen, we're at least 3/4 of the way through the stream. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you like it. I always gotta say this. I wish I just had an automatic sound bite that went in here. But when you're using your mobile phone, you can't do that unless you're using like a StreamYard or something like that. And I don't have that on here right now. Yeah. Smash that button, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Hit that join button, hit whatever button you want. Look down there in the description. All the buttons are there. Get yourself some merch from an American in Bangkok. And like I said, I am working on some new shirts. I have 3 shirts that I'm trying to put together. I need to make sure that they're what I want, and the graphics are good and all that other kind of stuff. So it'll take me a little while, but they'll get done eventually. So, but yeah, it's interesting. Anytime you start talking about women and money and all this other kind of stuff, you know, I think at the very least, if you meet a good woman here or anywhere else, it's not only about the money. It's not only about the money if she's a good chick. If it was only about the money, my chick would be gone a long time ago. You know, I've had my ups and downs, and you know, for the first 6-7 years, she never worked. She didn't have to. She would do things at home. She would drum up some income of her own. She was always good at that. And she was never like with her hand out or anything like that. But I just knew, okay, let her take care of all these bills and give her some extra, and you know, and she never complained. So, you know, I think that's something you need to consider. Is there's some chicks, and all you have to do is look on Instagram, look on YouTube for, you know, and look up some of these shows that are talking about how women are now in the United States. And I don't believe them all to be the same, but there is a pattern. And if you look at some of these women, these type of women, the only thing that motivates them is money. Well, I won't be with a guy unless he makes $300,000 a year. How many men are making that much money in the United States? A very small percentage, maybe 1 or 2%. So these women are in the top 1 or 2%. No, most of them pigs. They're pigs who think that they're much hotter than they are. They're 4s, 5s. They get tattoos all over them. They've been banging every guy around town. So why would you want them? If you were that kind of money, what you want is you want some chick who's primo. You know. I hear this body count thing now. You want a girl with a low body count. You know why? Because you want to be the one that is the one who does your thing, and you don't want to have to be like, all right, she's been with 100 other guys. What's going through her mind? You know. That's why I don't get the whole fascination. I mean, I understand the fascination, like with porn stars, where you want to some guys want to have sex with them. Okay, great. I want to see how skilled she is. Is she really that good? Okay, I understand that. But why would you want to get married to one? I don't get that. You know, just my way of thinking. She's got a little kid. I love them when they're that age, when they're so small. What day? She's like, oh my God, that guy's scaring me. He's scary looking. That's like the best time when your kids are that young, because all they want to do is make you happy, and they just want to be happy, and they want to just explore. It's when they get to be about 14 or 15, then they start being more difficult. She's very cute. Bye, night. Anyway, so you really want some chick who's she's been with like 200 guys, and she's going to be the mother of your children. Yeah, okay, go ahead and do that. Be my guest. Looks like I'm catching you at the end of the stream again. Yes. Kids that age up here see me and are really curious because they see the rare Farron. Yes. I do like little kids. I do like them. And I have this conversation with Alex and Nicholas every once in a while. Do you remember when we went to Hong Kong, or do you remember when we went to Macau? We went to Macau and you were pitching a fit because I wouldn't buy you the Ultraman, and you were crying, and we were dragging you, and then we went into this restaurant. Do you remember that? And sometimes they remember and sometimes they don't. And most of the time they're embarrassed by it. They're like, don't talk about it. So, life comes first full circle when you have kids. And you also realize just how freaking old you are. And I can tell you, when I go to the gym, my wife and I are like, wow, that was a good workout. When we went, we've done a couple classes together. Core class, the yoga class. But, oh yeah, that's really good. All right, what are you gonna do? Well, I got some things to do. I'm gonna go probably have a coffee, and then I'll go and run my errands. Okay, what about you? I'm gonna go walk for another 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna go do something. And then we look in, and there's a new class starting, and there's like old men, old women in the class that were in our class. They're doing 2 classes, 3 classes in a row, and I'm like, boy, they're gluttons for punishment, man, because, me doing the yoga class yesterday, that's my first yoga class, and I was contorted in all kinds of positions, and I was dripping in sweat. More than the core class, I was just drenched in sweat. So, anyway, what's this? Most men that make 300K a year don't go to Thailand. Well, they may come to Thailand, but they go maybe with their family, or they go and, you know, the rare guy is single and he comes and he has a good time and he goes back home. He does his thing. He's too involved. I mean, you know, really. You think if I was running some company, I was making 300, 500,000 a year, I would be streaming every morning? No, I wouldn't be. I mean, really, I'd be too busy. Hello, where are you from? Oh, hello, where are you from? Once you hear those words spoken with a Thai accent, it's time to run fast for us. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's so hard that you can't do it, because the good thing is that, like for me, I could not put my hands behind my back and hold my fingers, you know, backwards. I couldn't go on my wrist because, first of all, my forearms are too tight. Second of all, my wrists are not in a good way. I fractured both hands and fractured my left wrist, and so if I put my wrist down like this and put all my weight on it, it doesn't work. Even in a push-up position, my hands hurt. I have to just go, okay, don't worry about the pain. Most of the time I'll go on my knuckles. So they're telling you to do something, you go, I can't do it that way. Or they're telling you, turn your body this way, and you go, I can't turn the whole way. And they'll go, okay, option, do this option. And, you know, you do whatever. So it's a, and my buddy told me, you should do it. So I'm going to keep it up. At least once or twice a week, I'm going to do that. But I need to really sit down and write out a schedule. And I want to put up a video. Like I said, I've been working on it. You know, I mean, that's the thing now. If you want to be fit and you have some time, you can be fit. So all this stuff about, you know, oh, well, you know, I don't have the time. And there's places that are open 24 hours. Make the time. If I had $300,000 a year income, I'd still be here, albeit living beachfront. I don't know. I'd be living beachfront if I didn't have $300,000. Now I want to live that way, and that's something, you know, I'm going to work on in the next couple of months. I mean, well, I don't know how much time I'll have while I'm traveling, but, you know, when you're traveling from point A to point B and you're on a plane, you know, you have some time to sit and think, you know, while you're drifting off to sleep, while you're listening to music or whatever. Yeah, what gives, man? What gives? Guys, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, you know, consider joining the channel. Every once in a while I put up some what do you call it? Unique content, exclusive content, and it helps me keep going. You know, every time I mean, you think about it. Every time I'll give you an example. I come here. All right, granted, it's not that much. It costs me what, $1.50, $2 to come here, then another couple bucks to go back. I've had these espresso shots. These espresso shots, 70 baht. Now, go to Starbucks, they're 110. Go to some other places, they're 110. Wow, Dallo, that's good. I need some new glasses. But the point is that every time I go somewhere, it costs money. Guess where that money's coming from? Coming from my pocket. You guys are basically reimbursing me, so I appreciate that. And all the money that comes into this channel, basically it goes, you know, it goes to helping me continue to do this. So I say that almost every stream, because if I don't say it, people tend to forget. Yeah. Now that she can see you, is she still sticking around? That was good. Oh, Yeah, I got tendinitis. I got issues. Pain. Pain, pain, pain. Anyway, I can hear I don't know if you can hear it. You can hear the beans being turned. So this guy works in that little room here. Right there. And I guess all he does all day is roast the beans, turn the beans, pick the beans. You know, they sell coffee here, and I'm not going to buy any right now, but I will come back to this place. It is, I would say it's a good place, and for me, since it's around my area, I'm going to come here. You know, there are some places that I've said, you got to be in the area. I wouldn't drive all the way across town for this place, you know, just I don't know that I would drive around town for really many coffee shops. I just wouldn't do it. Why would you try? I mean, you know, coffee shops tend to be a local thing. That's why location is so important. But, you know, I mean, like that Dabin coffee, that really, you know, high-so kind of coffee place. All right, listen, I would recommend going to that place. Yeah, take a little trip, take some time, and then figure out something else. You know, maybe go shopping somewhere, take your old lady shopping, and then stop off in that place and have lunch and have a coffee. I would say do something like that. This place, they do have food here as well. They have like a little restaurant, and not only that, they have sweets. So, but they have like Thai food here. So, if you plan on being somewhere in this vicinity, I would say it would make sense to come here. I would come here. I make a similar amount. I go to Thailand and enjoy it more than Hawaii, but do not live there full time. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been here when I was flush and I was a tourist, and I've been here where I scraped by. Probably of 6 trips, 4 times I was not, you know, I didn't have much money. I had a couple $1,000s. There was a couple times when I came and I was like, wow, I just made a nice chunk, and I had considerably more, and I didn't really have to think about how much I spent, and man, I went nuts, which is not necessarily the best thing to do. It's not the smartest financial move. But if you're making 300K, you ought to have enough to come to Thailand and have a great time. Then again, you can afford to go to many places. You know, I still would like to go places like Switzerland, Luxembourg, Austria. I would like to go to a lot of places like that, not just in Europe, but elsewhere in the world. But I know it's going to cost. And, you know, for me, as I've said, the traveling is not as thrilling to me anymore, because I've been in a lot of places, I've been around, I've been to some of the places, you know, 15, 20, 50 times. Well, you know what you got to do, Jim. You got to have places in both. You got to have 2 places. Honey, let's take a drive down to our place at the beach. Stay there for a couple of weeks. Then you go back. And, you know, you have to say, hey, what about me? What about what I want? What about what I think? You know, eventually, Jim, you will probably get a little bit tired of being in a village, or, you know, like you say, it's not really like a traditional village in the sense where it's a really tiny place. So maybe you won't, maybe it'll take you a lot longer, but eventually you might get tired of the monotony and you might want to go other places. And I know you break it up, but that's what the beach is good for. Completely different than being out, you know, in a small town or a village or somewhere like Bangkok. So I got my own research to do. And of course, eventually you will all find out what that research, how that research has enlightened me. I like the music they play here. It's not stuff that I would know or that I would like turn on, but I do actually, I kind of like it. So I like this place. This place gets a big thumbs up from me. I try not to go to too many places. I try not to go to too many places that are super local, like they're so local that, or places that are just bland, they have no character. And I've been to a few, you guys have seen a few of them. And any place like a Cafe Amazon, a Starbucks, to me they're you know. And then I saw one today, I was looking for places because I thought, what am I going to do? I thought I'd go for a walk, use my new gimbal. And I thought, I just don't feel like walking, it's too damn hot. I thought, where am I going to go? Starbucks again? I'm sick and tired of going to Starbucks all the time, you know. And I found one place, I go, oh, this looks really good. Opens at 12 p.m. I'm like, what kind of a coffee shop opens at 12 p.m.? That's a deal breaker. So, you know, I didn't go to that place. There's another one that Tom recommended. We were supposed to meet at a Starbucks on like Soy 32, Ronkoming Soy 32. And then he went by again and he said, that place is not there. I don't know what I was seeing. I said, oh. He said, but I did find this place, and he sent me a picture of it and told me exactly where it was. And he goes, but it doesn't open until 11 o'clock. I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't cut it. And it has nothing to do with the streaming, because that's a place far less likely, I'm far less likely to frequent, because I don't always want, if I'm going to drink coffee in the afternoon, I'll drink it at home, you know, or I'll drink it after a workout. You know, like at Happy Land or something, you know. Yeah, I can do without the everyday coffee Dowlow. That coffee was subpar compared to what I'm used to. Yeah, Jim, like I always tell you, I do think it's good that you feel that way. Talk to me in another 6-7 years. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm not trying to be negative, but I find that that's when most people start seeing through all the kindness and all the... And I'm not saying that, you know, there's not great people here. That's not what I'm saying. But you will start to see the warts and all of what goes on. And it will take time. It'll take time for you to see through it. And I can't remember what the saying is, but, you know, it's like Thailand expats, they see through the honeymoon phase, because after 6 or 7 years or 8 years, whatever it is, most of them see exactly, they see a lot clearer. And they see exactly what other people are talking about, you know. So, I mean... that's my experience. Every single person that I know that's been here for 5 to 10 years, they know there are some negatives here that cannot be overlooked, or should not be overlooked. Well, I understand you'd rather be here than there, and that's my point, is that no matter where you come, no place is perfect. It's just a matter of what is better for you. And like I always say, I wouldn't want to live in the Philippines. It's just me. And the reason is because the mentality there is different than mentality here. I would stay there for a month or two, maybe even 3 months. Yeah, I could do it. And I've stayed there for a couple of weeks at a time. But for the most part, this place fits me. And when you have a fit, just like I was saying the other day, or this morning, or whenever, it's very difficult for me to think, yes, I'm going to move, I'm going to live somewhere else. Because this is my home. And I'm not 30 years old. I'm not 20 years old. Things are different now. And moving there's quite a bit more thought that has to go into it. now than when I first came over here. When I came over here, I didn't have all that much stuff. I got rid of most of my stuff. I had money. I had some stuff that I really liked. And other than that, I didn't have anything else. And this is before the time of, the advent of computers, at least in mass, to where everything was done with computers, everything was done online. There was no real digital independence. So when I look at it now, it's much different. And I think much differently now because I have a family, and I think about, okay, well, if one of the kids doesn't want to come with us, then what happens if something happens with him and we have to, like, spur of the moment, fly back to Thailand from, say, Ecuador? Well, that's going to take a couple of days, right? So there's a lot of things to think about, and for any of the negatives that I talk about in Thailand, there are probably 20 times more positives. And one of the positives is if I wanted to say hello to somebody here. Now, I can do it in the United States, and I've done it. And it was so funny is the last time I went to the States, people are like, oh yeah, they're not as friendly in the States. People in Thailand are so much more friendly. I can talk to anybody if I really want to. The thing is most of the time I don't want to. But if I want to, it's very easy in the States, here. But I will say that it seems like here, the average Thai person is much more open to being friendly. My kid's going Paitio. He's Paitio right now. Anyway, so, take it for what it's worth. I know that, where's Gennaro? What's happened to Gennaro? What, is he too busy now? He's got, like, a new girlfriend or something? What's going on? And where's 2Q Asia? What's going on here? What's going on with all you guys? Unbelievable. I don't see the barista hunter for 2 days, 3 days. I'm curious to know what's going on. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully they're both okay. Let's say that right off the bat. Hopefully nothing's wrong. I'm not at that point yet where I'm worried about him though. Yeah, I think, it's just about finding a place that fits you. Some people, they love the Philippines. Some people prefer South America. Some people prefer Southeast Asia. The thing is that it is a different kind of tribe here. Things are done differently, and you have to assimilate somewhat. And for me, I think I have done so. And language has helped, although I don't consider my language skills to be great. I consider them to be good enough for now. I'd like to improve them. But I'm very comfortable here, and that's the thing, is that for me, this place kind of fits me. However, that said, things like the environment, I don't like looking around and seeing garbage in every waterway. I don't like seeing pollution. I don't like seeing big traffic. And I was talking about it last night, where today is the first day of the public testing of the SkyTrain. I don't know what the deal is and where it starts, but I'm going to check it out. And maybe the next couple of days I'll go and I'll try to get on, if I can, I'll get on one of the test runs of the monorail. But I was sitting in traffic. There was big traffic. I think it was a couple days ago. There was big traffic, man. Big traffic. I was sitting there on a motorcycle, and there was so much traffic. We were just sitting there, and it's broiling. It's so hot. And then I look up, and I see the SkyTrain. It's going past me this way. And then I see the other one going in the direction where I was going. And all the people sitting in traffic, I could see them all look up and just be like, man, I wish I was on that SkyTrain. So the SkyTrain will help, but that doesn't take away from the fact there's too much traffic. Maybe it will help significantly. I don't have too many people that care about me in that way. My wife knows she doesn't have to ask me. I take like 3 showers a day, man. You know, I take one when I wake up, take one when I go to bed, and sometimes I take one in the middle of the day. You know, you go in, you got to use the toilet, you go do your thing there, and then, you know, take a nice shower. Yeah, it doesn't have to be, you know, a 15-minute shower. It could be a little 5-minute, you know, thing, but yeah, I don't get asked that very often, but I do remember being asked in the past. And, you know, there's a reason for the showers and the reason for the pouring the water over the head and all that kind of stuff, and it's because it's so damn hot. You know, one thing I am not looking forward to, okay, Ecuador, I'm covered. My buddy's got a bidet, or bidets in every bathroom. I'm covered. Believe in Portugal, they may use bidets. Ireland, I gotta use toilet paper in all these places. I'm not looking forward to that. Honestly, and neither are the kids. The kids are like, well, I guess I'm gonna bring water in the bathroom with me to, you know, take care of myself. And I'm like, that is something that I will never get used to again in all my life. I will not get used to using the TP again because it's just so nasty to me. Toilet paper equals nastiness. I don't care how good you wipe. Consider getting some kind of a bum gun or bidet for your residence. You will thank me all your life. And I mean that. You'll be going, you know what? That Scott, you know, I don't always agree with him, but man, I put in the bum gun and it changed my life. And it will change your life, literally. Oh, they're comparing cakes. I don't know, I think she's the one who cooks them. Looks pretty good though. Mango cake, I think. Anyway, when we start talking about poo, you know that it's all downhill from here. But honestly, you got to get a bidet or some kind of water device to clean the nether regions. It's if you think about it, it's just disgusting to think about using toilet paper. I mean, wet wipes, okay, maybe I can understand, but like regular toilet paper? Anyway. Yeah, well, you know what they can do. I mean, maybe I should make it my mission to make bum guns the premier device in the United States. But, you know, then the paper, this is the thing. The paper companies, the companies that make the toilet paper would have a fit. They would start lobbying against me. And then the next thing you know, Scotty would be completely canceled and he'd be like bankrupt and out of business. And, you know, so anyway. Guys, we've come to the end of the stream. Appreciate everybody watching, communicating, even the knucklehead or knuckleheads. Well, there was one knucklehead. Rumpel was not a knucklehead. Rumpel had a good question. Thank you very much for that question. I appreciate that. For the last time, hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. I don't understand how it is, you know. I mean, like, listen, I understand if you don't like me. That's fine. Frankly, I don't care if you like me or not. It's up to you. I'm not here to be loved. I can't control that, so But it would be nice if you left a thumbs up, if you like the stream, if you like the stuff that I do, whatever that may be. And don't forget about Rumble. It's just rumble.com/an-American in Bangkok. All the YouTube videos, they take a lot of time to transfer over to Rumble, but they are transferring. And then once I have that, that will be the backup. And there is a subject I want to discuss. I'll do that exclusively on Rumble, but I want to make sure that I know exactly how everything works. So I want to do a little test run on there, and it's coming up. Everything's coming up, but you know, I can only do so many things in a day because I only have so much time, and I'm only one person. I don't have a whole crew working with me. You know, I'm not one of these guys who, you know, I've got a videographer and I've got a script maker and I've got a this and I've got a that. I don't have that. I have 4 bathrooms and they all have bum guns. Love them. There you go. Once you go to the bum gun, you will never go back to toilet paper. Maybe I need to put a link to bum guns from Amazon in my description under every video, every live stream. I need to do that. But for the meantime, in the meantime, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, look down in this description. There are many ways you can help support the channel. You can just keep watching, that's good. But until next time, that's all I have. If anybody has an idea that they'd like me to do, one of the things I'm going to do on Rumble, and only Rumble, is about the TRT. About the testosterone replacement, because I can get into it quite a bit deeper, as deep as I can possibly go with it, than on YouTube, and I don't run any real risk. So I'll probably do that. That's one of the things. Anyway, say goodbye to everybody from Duck U Cafarista. Hey, Duck U. Duck U, man. Great name. Anyway, see you guys later. Choke D, jerk and mine, all that good stuff.